So we're finally getting round to sorting our Kockney koi filter out, guys. Now, as you can see, this thing needs a little bit of work. But the first thing I did was change all the seals. So all the seals are quite new on it now, the ones I could change. As you can see, so it works basically as a vortex. And then the second stage is the brushes, which catches all the crap, basically. And then we've got 3 chambers or 4 biological media. Now, this plastic stuff that I'm holding here is terrible, but the Jap matting's really good, actually. Now, Jap matting's probably one of the best things you can buy, you know, on the market in terms of matting per se. But it's very expensive, so what we are going to be doing here is improving this filter to the best of what we can on a budget. So, as you can see, I've taken everything out here, and the whole system works like this. So this is how the filter works. As you can see, the water comes through the pump into the vortex system, into chamber 1, which will have the brushes, chamber 2, which will have Jap matting, and then 2 chambers of alpha grog, and that's what we're going to be replacing this nasty plastic with. Now, what do I think about alpha grog? I really like alpha grog. I bought 150 kilos of it last year, and I used 100 kilos in my homemade filter system, which is in, like, basically I got a box filter system and my homemade 100 kilo alpha grog system, which you can see here. And I would say that's good enough for about 40 to 50,000 litres. Well, that's my calculations based on the media that's in those particular boxes. But my pond, as you know, is quite heavily stocked with loads of little mirror carp. And I've got probably 10 to 15 bigger fish. So we give it a little clean out. And the only actual media I'm keeping here are the brushes. I may even get a couple more brushes. I don't know about you guys, but whoever's got brushes, could you let me know in the comments below? Like, is it better to have more brushes than you actually need? As in, you know, just pack them really tightly? Because that's what I may do, is get an extra 4 or 5 brushes. And the Jap matting I'm keeping. So basically that's what we're getting rid of in that box. And those 2 sections here are going to be full of alpha grog for the biological bacteria. So here we are filling it up, and it's very basic really, you know, water comes in one end, but it's got to go through a cleaning process, and that's the best way to describe it. So we've put approximately, I think, about 6 to 7 kilos in there. I put about 6 of those little white bucket things in there, and they're probably all well over a kilo, so probably way over. It's probably more 10 to 15 kilos, I would say, if I had to just guess. But we will weigh a box actually later on in another video if anyone's interested how much these particular filters hold. So right, we've connected it all up. Now this is just a test run to see if there's any leaks, if it's actually, because it may even be leaking, you know. At this stage I didn't really know, so I had it for a really good price, as I said, last year. But as you can see, the vortex is working really nice. The water spins basically there, and any heavy sediment will go into the bottom of chamber 1 in the vortex. Water goes into the brushes, into the Jap matting, as you can see on the screen there. This is basically what's happening right now. So this filter does 5,000 litres, so that means my other filters will be staying on this pond, because I've got a 15, I think I've got a 15 or 20,000 litre pump on it. So either way, my pump that's on this pond is more than strong enough to feed both filters at the same time. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And the good thing about that is I can actually, like, say I'm working on one filter, I can just leave the other filter running, and then, you know, vice versa. So, you know, I think it's, you know, it's not a bad thing to have too much filtration on any pond, really. Now, bear in mind, I have a lot of fish in this pond, you know, a lot. So I really need as much filtration as possible. Saying that, though, the 2 box filters that I've got other videos on, which you can check out, you know, I do have, or have had, shall I say, a lot of success with the 2 black box filters you can see there in the background. You know, they have done me an amazing job over the last 3 to 5 years. I can't even remember when I bought it. Maybe either 5 years ago. It's been a long time since I bought the very first one. And then I put 100 kilos of alpha grog, I think it was, in this other box. So let me know in the comments below, guys, what you think about these Kockney koi filters. You know, I know all the rage is these Nexus and the expensive ones, but look, this green filter here cost me £100. The media, let's say, like the Jap matting was free, I got with it. The, you know, let's say you buy 2 bags of alpha grog, which will set you back, what, £20, £30? It's £140 filter system for a pond. you know, you will have to take into consideration the size of your pond and everything. But as you can see, my fish are very happy. So I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching as always. I'll see you next